Iroquois people. Iroquois, any member of the North American Indian tribes, speaking a language of the Iroquoian family, notably the Cayuga, Cherokee, Huron, Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Seneca, and Tuscarora. The peoples who spoke Iroquoian languages occupied a continuous territory around Lakes Ontario, Huron, and Erie in present-day New York State and Pennsylvania, U.S., and southern Ontario, and Quebec, Canada. As was typical of Northeast Indians before colonization, the Iroquois were semi-sedentary agriculturists, who palisaded their villages in time of need. Each village typically comprised several hundred persons. Iroquois people dwelt in large longhouses made of saplings, and sheathed with elm bark, each housing many families. The longhouse family was the basic unit of traditional Iroquois society, which used a nested form of social organization. Households, each representing a lineage, were divisions of clans. Several clans constituted each moiety, and the two moieties combined to create a tribe. Groups of men built houses and palisades, fished, hunted, and engaged in military activities. Groups of women produced crops of corn, maize, beans, and squash, gathered wild foods, and prepared all clothing and most other residential goods. After the autumn harvest, family deer hunting parties ranged far into the forests, returning to their villages at midwinter. Spring runs of fish drew families to nearby streams and lake inlets. Kinship and locality were the basis for traditional Iroquois political life. Iroquois speakers were fond of meetings, spending considerable time in council. Council attendance was determined by locality, sex, age, and the specific question at hand. Each council had its own protocol and devices for gaining consensus, which was the primary mode of decision-making. The elaborate religious cosmology of the Iroquois was based on an origin tradition in which a woman fell from the sky. Other parts of the religious tradition featured deluge and earth diver motifs, supernatural aggression and cruelty, sorcery, torture, cannibalism, star myths, and journeys to the other world. The formal ceremonial cycle consisted of 6 agricultural festivals featuring long prayers of thanks. There were also rites for sanctioning political activity, such as treaty making. Warfare was important in Iroquois society, and, for men, self-respect depended upon achieving personal glory in war endeavors. War captives were often enslaved or adopted to replace dead family members. Losses to battle and disease increased the need for captives, who had become a significant population within Iroquois settlements by the late 17th century. Early 21st century population estimates indicated some 80,000 individuals of Iroquois proper descent. When including the many Iroquois-speaking tribes, those estimates indicated more than 900,000 individuals.